It's 5:30 in the morning, long before the aquarium here in Long Beach opens. However, we're going to be going inside for the annual alcid rodeo, where 40 birds, several handlers, and us are going to try to get them all into one place at the same time. Let's see what happens. Okay, where are we and what the hell's going on?
We are at the Long Beach Aquarium of the Pacific in front of our diving bird exhibit, otherwise known as the alcid exhibit.
Alcid.
We are getting ready...
Not alcid.
Not alcid.
Alcid. Alcid.
We're getting ready to drain this tank, catch
how many gallons?
The birds. This tank is about 20,000 gallons of water. That's a tufted puffin right there in front of your finger.
Little tufted puffins.
We've got pigeon guillemots, crested auklets, horned puffins, and rhinoceros auklets in here. Everyone's getting captured to do their annual physical and blood draw.
So basically this is just their annual trip to the doctor.
Their annual trip to the doctor. And spring cleaning in general. So I'll be inside rounding up all of the birds, making sure that they're in the water as it's dropping. But the whole idea is to make this go as smoothly as possible so that the birds don't injure, maim, or kill themselves. Because if
you, on the other hand, can be injured, maimed, or killed.
Injured, maimed, or killed. My life is secondary at this point to the whole procedure.
You know why that is, though?
It's fall arrest system.
You don't cost as much as one of these birds.
I don't cost as much as these birds.
How much do they cost?
This the population in here is worth about $100,000.
$100 grand worth of bird.
40 birds, $100,000.
Well, you do the math.
Yeah.
No, really, I can't. You do the math. I mean, like, are they all born here, or?
No, many of these birds actually were collected from the wild as a couple-day-old chicks. We had an expedition, a gathering expedition on Savunga.
You went to Savunga to gather young chicks?
Yes, on St. Lawrence Island. St. Lawrence Island, a very small little fishing town called Savunga. And we sent a group of people up there. We came back.
All I can think of is Bugs Bunny. Savunga, binga, bunga. Sorry, I'm weird that way.
They had to climb sheer rock cliffs. Everybody had to learn how to do mountaineering.
Everyone except the birds.
Everyone except the birds.
Yeah, they knew.
Sheer cliffs, reached into nests, got little underweek-old chicks. Reared them for a few days at Savunga and shipped the whole lot back here where we raised them to fledging. The only reason that we were able to collect these animals from the wild, because they are all protected animals, is because we were putting them on display for educational purposes. There's no other opportunity that the million visitors that we have walking through our doors every year would ever get the opportunity to see many of these birds in the wild.
So Savunga's not a big tourist spot, is what you're saying?
Especially this time of year when these birds are out to sea. They're only on land for 2 months out of the year during breeding season, after which point they fly out to sea and no one sees them again because they're in the middle of the North Pacific Ocean.
Much like most men.
60-foot seas and crazy storms and gales. So if you want to see one of these birds in the wild this time of year, you have to endure some pretty treacherous.
You have to be Philippe Cousteau.
Yes.
We're behind the birds. Behind the scenes, behind the birds. Here it's 58.
Inside,
it's 47 degrees inside. That's because these are Pacific Northwest
birds,
and they like it cold.
Yes.
They also like privacy for when they, mate. And those boxes are over here, crowded. This is where our birds come and have sex, basically. Do birds have sex?
Yes, they do. They have sex on the water.
Oh.
Actually.
Birds have sex on the water?
These birds do.
These birds do.
On the water.
And they come in here and lay their eggs.
Yeah. Actually, the puffins like to use these. It's a little bit too large of a space for the crested auklets, those little guys.
It's too roomy for them. It's just too spacious for them. Okay. And they have their babies in here, and then this goes back out into the exhibit. Good morning. Yes, it's been a morning already. This is Becky. Say hi, Becky.
Hi.
Yeah, it's a diving bird daily record.
So record who actually gets their vitamin fish every day, who's seen every day.
Vitamin fish?
Yeah,
Here's a vitamin C fish.
We actually take a vitamin B pill and another vitamin pill and stick them in the gills of the silver sides. And we try to get a single vitamin fish to every bird every day. Then it looks, because if there's even a little tiny bit poking out, they can tell and they won't touch it. So it's pretty tough. Sean's got it down pat. How to
Yeah, slipping them those vitamins. How to drug a bird. Okay, these are our crates. And these very high-tech Post-it notes are for all kinds of crates.
Yes.
Petco was happy to see you yesterday. Okay, Sean has gone inside the exhibit now because they've started to drain the water. If you look over at the water level there, you can see that it's already dropped about a foot, and he has to make sure that the birds don't get in any of the little concrete areas that he was mentioning earlier. Pretty soon he's going to start to shoo all these birds here up on the edges, see over there in the corners and stuff. He's going to have to shoo all of them down in, and that's when it gets tricky. That's when birds and feathers could get ruffled.
I think it's a little bit warmer out there than it is in here. You can probably hear a little bit of the birds squeaking in the background while you're filming this right now. I've got escapees all over the place. Phoebe is trying to run away. You guys can't come over here. You can't. You wanna come here?
Oh, it's Mr. Green.
There you go.
I think that's Mr. Green. Mr. Green has pair bonded with Sean. These birds pair bond, and this particular one has pair bonded with Sean.
I know this is a big scary experience for you, but it'll be over in no time. I promise. I absolutely promise. You'll be fine and dandy.
It's very fashionable. Yeah. Okay, here's what it's all boiled down to. Now they've got to catch 40 birds without injuring them. These birds want to dive into water that's not there. They're hiding in nooks and crannies. They're going to have to find them, grab them, pass them off, and put them in pens back in the back where they'll be held until it's time for them to go to the vet. So, on your mark, get set. Ooh, ouch, 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 and he's got him. Let the games begin. Okay, they're missing one crested auklet. So somewhere inside this exhibit, there's a small bird that just doesn't want to be found at the moment.
Say at least one.
Now, one small bird could hide for hours inside this area, so the crested auklet needs to be found and needs to be found soon because they can't transport any of these animals over to the vet until all birds are present and accounted for. Oh, she found it! Oh, yeah, it was in the drain hose! Bravo!
All right.
Next stop will be the vet. We'll be going there in just a second.